Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Teddi Mellencamp gets shark tooth necklace from Southern Charms Shep Rose. Southern Charms star Shep Rose is a good friend. The Bravo-celebrity is close to former The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills alum Teddi Mellencamp. He has been there for her in recent weeks as she learned that she had brain tumors and underwent surgery to remove them. Several Bravo-celebrities have shared their support for Teddi, though none in the way Shep recently did. In a nod to the ridiculous gifts he gave Taylor Ann Green and Sienna Evans, Shep also sent Teddi the same thing. Apparently, megalodon teeth are all the rage when it comes to jewelry. Teddi Mellencamp took to Instagram to share the gift she was given. Shep Rose sent his friend a megalodon shark tooth necklace, which she wore while she filmed an episode of Two Teeth in a Pod with her co-host and good friend, Tamra Judge. She captioned the share, "Does this megalodon tooth make me look like I'm dating relationship or trying to get on Southern Charm?" The caption was friendly shade, as Southern Charm viewers know that Shep believes a shark tooth necklace is the way to a woman's heart. He presented one to his one-time girlfriend, Taylor Ann Green, and then he pulled the same move during season 10 of Southern Charm with Sienna Evans when he was trying to get her to commit to something with him. There is nothing romantic between Teddi Mellencamp and Shep Rose. The Bravo-celebrities go way back to their early years as friends. Teddi and Shep were raised in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and met in their youth. Neither knew their friendship would land them on Bravo. Shep has been part of Southern Charm since its inception, and Teddi held a diamond on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from 2017 to 2020. Shep visited Teddi last month to show support after she had brain surgery. It was something that happened incredibly fast, from finding them to removing them, and he wanted to see her. Their friendship has lasted decades, and there was never anything romantic between them. He shared a photo of the two embracing and joked about her dark humor. Now Teddi is in a battle for her life as more tumors have been found. She has support from her close friends Kyle Richards, Tamra Judge, and more. Shep is also on the list of people pulling for her. Teddi Mellencamp never expected to spend her weekend in Charleston, let alone find herself on a rickety old fishing boat with Shep Rose, the crown prince of Southern nonchalance, holding up a freshly polished shark tooth necklace like it was the Hope Diamond. "I know it's not Cartier," he smirked, "but it's got some bite to it." Teddi blinked, unsure if she was more surprised by the gift or the fact that she was actually kind of into the moment. A week ago, she'd been dodging rumors about returning to The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, fielding podcasts, and trying to convince her dog to stop eating the couch. Charleston wasn't in the plan. But life, like Bravo reunions, rarely goes as planned. The two met at a low-key charity golf event in Hilton Head. Teddi had been roped in by a friend of a friend and was mainly there for the cocktails and coastal breeze. Shep. He was there for the free beer and the faint possibility of a hole-in-one. When they were paired up for the last 9 holes, Teddi joked that her golf swing could use as much accountability as her clients. Shep raised an eyebrow. "You're that Teddi." "The one and only," she replied, half laughing, half dreading the impending reference to her short-lived stint on RHOBH. But instead he asked, "Do you surf?" "Not since my early 20s. Why?" "Because you've got the energy of someone who could handle a wave, or a shark." Smooth? Not quite. But Shep's awkward charm had its own gravitational pull. By the end of the round, Teddi had agreed to join him for an afternoon boat ride the following weekend. He promised sea breeze, a stop at a hidden oyster shack, and, oddly, a surprise. Which brings us back to the necklace. "This is kind of cool," Teddi said, holding it up to the sunlight. The tooth was large, glistening, suspended on a simple leather cord. It looked like something pulled from a pirate's treasure chest, or the depths of a bachelor group date. "I dove for it myself," Shep added. She squinted. "You what?" "Well, not literally. I bought it from a local diver who's probably wrestled an octopus or two, but that would have ruined the story, right?" She laughed, genuinely. It wasn't lost on her that the necklace was more symbolic than stylish. A bit rugged, a little wild, very Shep. But there was something thoughtful in the gesture. Teddi wasn't the kind of woman who swooned over diamonds. A shark tooth? That
Back
said,
on land,
I noticed the Bravo gossip mill spun faster than a housewife's wine toss. Within 24 hours, Duke's Moy had anonymous sightings of the two looking very cozy in a Charleston marina. Comments poured in, some cheering, others jeering. Is this the Southern Charm X OBH crossover we never knew we needed? One tweet read. Others were less charitable. If Shep gives her a shark tooth, does that make her his next casualty? Teddi, who'd seen her share of online speculation, brushed it off with a shrug and a cheeky Instagram caption. Just out here collecting fossils and good vibes. The post featured a close-up of the necklace against her tan collarbone. No mention of Shep, but the fans read between the lines. So did Andy Cohen, who reposted the pic with a side-eye emoji and a cryptic Bravo-verse collision imminent. As the days passed, what started as a casual afternoon turned into several coincidental run-ins. Teddi extended her Charleston stay. Shep invited her to a low-country boil where Austin made a big deal of playing bartender, and Craig offered her a pillow from his new collection. It's hypoallergenic. They weren't dating, not exactly, but there was an ease between them. Teddi, with her disciplined mindset and tendency to plan 2 steps ahead, found something refreshing in Shep's devil-may-care attitude. And Shep, for all of his stunted frat boy reputation, seemed genuinely intrigued by someone who didn't fawn over him or put up with his evasions. One night, after an impromptu karaoke session at a dive bar on King Street, Teddi's total eclipse of the heart brought down the house. They sat on a bench by the water, the necklace resting against her skin. You know, Shep said, that shark tooth's about 20 million years old. No pressure, right? He laughed. It's lasted longer than most of my relationships. She nudged him. Maybe because you haven't tried dating someone who holds you accountable. Touché. For a brief moment, the banter stopped. The wind rustled. Somewhere nearby, a fairy horn moaned. Teddi looked down at the necklace, feeling its weight, not just literal, but something else. I'm not saying I'm moving to Charleston, she said cautiously. And I'm not saying I'm ready for a 6-week check-in plan, he replied, grinning. But this? She touched the necklace. It's a start. The next morning, headlines screamed. Teddi and Shep. New Bravo power couple. The shark tooth necklace became a pop culture artifact overnight. Etsy shops began selling Teddi x Shep shark necklaces. Andy invited them to watch what happens live. Even Lisa Rinna DM'd a emoji. Teddi didn't know where it would all go. Maybe it was a summer fling, maybe something more, but for now, she was leaning into it. The unexpected, the unpolished, the southern charm of it all. After all, love, like shark teeth, can show up where you least expect it. Let me know if you want a version of this in a different tone. More satirical, more romantic, more Bravo spicy. I can tailor it.